in your lap, whatever works for you. Go ahead and take your hands. If we are sitting crossed, I'm going to tell you to place your palms right on the soles of your feet. So it might take a little bit of wiggling, a little bit of adjusting. So what that is, the soles of our feet and the palms of our hands, we're just making like a connection and energy flow. So we're keeping it circulating throughout the body here. So let's sit up nice and tall. Shoulders away from the ears. And beginning to feel the belly inflate on your breath. So I'm not changing it too much yet. Just noticing where we are. Noticing our sits bones rooted into the mat or into our floor, whatever we have. And maybe switching our breath in and out through the nose. Allowing your eyes to soften. Maybe if they're closed, we're taking the gaze right up to the third eye space. So right in between the eyebrows. And bring our awareness to that connection between our palms and the soles of our feet. Maybe even visualizing a little bit of light there, a little bit of heat. And we'll take one more big inhale. As we exhale, bring those palms together. It's gonna be a little silly. Bring the soles of the feet together if we can. And roll them together. So building that heat. Little test on our coordination first thing. And then we'll place the hands right over the heart as we sit up nice and tall. Big breath in here. As we exhale, keep the palms where they are. We're just gonna start to fold forward. So trying to keep the sits bones on the ground. If we notice the tailbone starts to lift up off the mat, just raise the chest a little bit. We should start to feel our glutes engage. Nice little stretch. Inhales, we use the core to come back up. And place the left hand over the heart this time. Right hand over the top, and exhale forward again. You're welcome to let the crown of the head come towards the floor. If you'd like a little bit more stretch in between the shoulder blades down the back of the neck. Maybe even rocking side to side, bring the ear towards the shoulder. And then inhale, use the core to come back up again. Okay, so let's find a wide-legged position. Doesn't have to be super crazy. We're gonna flex our toes back towards us and then point them towards the back of the room, just a little bit. So that should engage the inner thighs here. Taking a big inhale, arms come up overhead. We're gonna rotate the upper body over the right leg as much as possible, and then exhale, coming forward. So keeping a nice straight spine as long as possible. Feeling the back of the legs engage. Holding, breathing. Remembering the flexed feet. And then exhale, round the spine forward. So again, letting the neck hang loose if you like. Drawing the left sits bones towards the ground. If you like, we can place the right hand on the foot or the shin, and then rotate the upper body towards the sky. So left hand comes up nice and long. So from here, just play. Maybe use that hand to help pull you down a little bit. Maybe opening the arm back up towards the wall behind you, whatever works. So we feel that nice stretch right up the side body. Inhale, lengthen, just extend a little bit. And then exhale, fold forward. One more time, inhale, lengthening, straightening up. Exhale, folding over the right leg. Coming back up to center, both arms meet overhead. Rotate over that left leg, same thing. Keeping the core nice and strong, as flat of a back as we can. Holding, toes point towards the back of the room. And round it down. Each inhale, we grow just a little bit longer in the spine. As we exhale, we fold a little bit deeper. Placing that left hand down wherever it falls on the leg, maybe opening the right arm up. And then finding your play here. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Lengthen, folding down. Right hand is going to come down, and we're going to walk ourselves over right to a nice forward fold. You can let the knees come up a little bit if it's too intense of a stretch on your hamstrings. If not, keep those feet flexed, toes point backwards. And then wiggle, rock side to side a little bit. Continue to rock or walk the hands out in front of you. Big breath in as you sit up nice and tall. Shoulders back, chest open, nice and wide. Palms are going to come back behind us. So just allowing a little back bend here. So as we inhale, we press into those palms, lift the heart, rising out of the shoulder sockets. You can let the head hang back or keep it right in line with the spine. And exhale, coming back to center. Hug those legs in, nice and tight. We're gonna cross the ankles as we rock a little bit. And then find our way into tabletop. So come up over the knees. Good shoulders under, or wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Few cat-cows here. So just follow your own breath. Pretty standard. As we inhale, we drop the belly, lift the tailbone. And exhale, press into the palms, cow pose. We'll do about 5 or 6, again, following your own breath pace here. After you feel like you're ready to move on, we'll just meet in that neutral spine. Good feel. Right, finding our way back to our nice, strong start position. This time we're gonna look over our shoulder, pretending we got a little tail. So as we inhale, we press into the palms. As we exhale, we're gonna try to bring the ear back towards the hip. Just looking over that shoulder, coming back to center, and opposite shoulder. And following your own breath. Do one more. on each side, and then meet back in our table. Very good. Once you're in your tabletop, go ahead and curl those toes. As we exhale, we're going to hover our table a little bit. So we'll be playing in this posture a couple times today. Let's take a little screenshot here. Hopefully the quads are starting to notice what's going on. A little bit. You can press back through the heels, shift your weight back a little bit, and forward. Moving into the wrists, the ankles. And whenever you're ready, we're going to bring the hips up towards the sky, finding our first downward dog. Breathing here, pressing into the palms, walk with the knees. Maybe wiggle the hips, switching side to side. And on that next breath in, we're going to bring the gaze up to the front of the mat, shooting energy out through the back of the heels, keeping the legs nice and engaged. Bend the knees. And stepping or maybe hopping, meeting in our forward fold. Hanging out here. Little bend in the knees if the legs are still pretty tight. Maybe swaying side to side again. Inhaling half back. So nice straight spine and forward fold. We're going to rise up one vertebrae at a time, finding Tadasana. Shoulders roll back, arms nice and wide. Again, little back bend here, shining the heart up towards the sky. And then forward fold it down. Half back. Folding, plant the palms, so maybe we're bending the knees a little bit. Stepping back to plank. I think you guys are all full plankers. Always knowing we got a good modified plank here though too. So feeling nice and strong right here. We're gonna start with our pranam flow. We'll do this maybe 2 or 3 times before we move on to chaturanga. So with pranam, our knees come down, chin and chest in towards the body, and the elbows are nice and tight along the rib cage. Inhaling cobra. Exhale, hips back to heels. Curl the toes. Downward dog. Walk the feet. Very good. Okay, we're just gonna move right back into plank. Inhale forward. Knees, chest and chin down. Inhaling cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, downward dog. Very good, right back into it. Plank pose. Exhale, lower. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Downward dog. All right, next time through, we'll kick up to chaturanga if you like, or continue with that pranam flow. So chaturanga, we come into plank, lowering halfway down this time. So nice hover and hold here. Squeezing the rib cage. Inhaling up dog, where the tops of the thighs are off the mat. Exhale, curl the toes, downward dog. Great. Okay, bring it forward. 2 or 3 more times here too. Lower. Up dog on that breath in. Exhale, downward. Big breath forward, plank. Lowering. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing. We'll do 2 more. Coming forward. Exhale, lower. And up. And downward dog. Last one. Slow motion this time. Come forward, plank. We're gonna breathe. And we're gonna lower. Hovering, holding. Inhaling up dog. Enjoy this heart opener here. Maybe even sway the hips. And downward dog. Very good. Let's walk the feet a little bit. Inhaling, bringing the gaze to the front of the mat. Stepping, maybe hopping forward. Forward fold. Half back. Fold it down. So as we're in our forward fold this time, we're gonna put a little bend in the right knee and take the left hand over to the outside of the thigh or calf, whichever one works for you. Just mat on the knee. As we inhale, the right arm comes up, little twist. So we're gonna use that left hand just as leverage. It's maybe pulling us a little bit deeper. Exhale, top hand comes down. We're just gonna switch sides. So right hand to the left leg, left arm opens nice and wide. Little bend in the right knee. Exhale, fold it down. Half back. Fold all the way. Then we rise, swan dive up. Arms nice and wide. This time, palms are gonna meet overhead. No, you can't see that right now, I'm sorry. As we exhale, draw them right down into heart center. Big inhale, swoop the arms up. As we exhale, we're bringing them strong down to the sides, rolling the shoulders away from the ears as we open the chest. Little back bend. Nicely rooted evenly in our feet. Arms come up. And fold it down. Very good. Shake the legs as we inhale halfway. Fold, plant the palms. Step or hop, find your plank. And take your flow. So pranam or full chaturanga if you like. Exhale as we lower. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Right leg comes up nice and tall. Go ahead and open the hips up. So stack them on top of each other. Maybe drop the heel back. Big breath. Looking underneath that right shoulder if you like. It's a good check to make sure you put deodorant on this morning or at least showered, right? Square the hips back up. As we exhale, we're gonna reach nice and long, engaging the glutes, maybe even coming up onto the back tippy toes. And then exhale, shoo, bring that foot forward. Again, set the back knee down. And take a little low lunge here. As we inhale, squeeze everything in towards the midline. Arms come up nice and tall as we lift. And then on the exhale, we're gonna allow the knee to come forward. Little back bend as we reach to the back of the room. Inhale up. And exhale. Big, powerful breath. We'll do 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale back. Exhale, this time we're gonna hold here. Maybe finding a little bit more bend. Inhale, lengthen. And then as we exhale, left hand is gonna come down. Little twist here again. Right hand up to the sky. Nothing crazy. Exhale, right hand comes onto the top of the thigh. It's a little hip opener here. Love this one. As we exhale, the foot's just gonna come out onto the knife edge. So if this is bothering your wrist, you can always make a fist here too. give you a little bit more height. As we inhale, we're gonna roll the chest open up towards the sky. And for guys who really wanna kick it up, go ahead and turn or curl those back toes to lift the back leg up off the mat. Your choice. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, set the back knee back down if you raised it up. Here's your quad for you, Brianna. Okay, so you still have that foot out on the knife edge. Left hand rooted nice and firm into the mat. Go ahead and bend the back knee. So this might be plenty. Ooh. Exhale, we might rock into this a little bit more. Or maybe we reach back to the back of the room. Or maybe hook the foot. So if you can take the peace fingers around that big toe, or even on the outside of the foot, it'll give you a little bit more of a stretch. Breathe. And release the back foot. Go ahead and come back to center, bringing that right foot back in. Rebuilding yourself a little bit so that the palms are framing that front foot. We're gonna curl the back toes. Plant the palms and try to hover. Hover that knee. So hovering in the center, knowing you can always set your foot down. 2. We're gonna tap left, right, left, right. Trying to make it to the outside of the arms maybe. Just to get into the hips a little bit more. Still tapping. One more. Find center. Holding. And exhale. Release the leg. Awesome. Set that foot down. Rebuild your downward dog with feet hip width distance apart. Inhale, plank. Go ahead and take a flow. We're gonna meet back in downward dog. So this is just a little reset. In between both sides. Very good, left leg lifts up this time. Stacking the hips. Drop that foot back. Roll the ankle, whatever you need to do. Look out underneath that left arm. Exhale, square the hips back up. As we lift the leg, come onto the tiptoes of the right foot. And one big motion, bring it through. Low lunge. Very good. Plant the back knee down. As we inhale, bring the arms up nice and tall. Inhale as we lengthen. Exhale, find that back bend. Getting into the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Up. Do one more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, holding here. Straightening up. Right hand comes down, finding that little twist. And the top arm comes down onto the top of the left leg. So opening that hip out to the side. Again, knowing you can keep the knee on the mat or pop that leg up. Breathe in here. Pressing into the palms, opening the shoulder. Okay. Set the back knee down. I'm going to keep the left leg out to the side, bending the right knee, rotating that shoulder open as you reach back, or Maybe take hold of the foot. Breathe in. Inhale, release the back foot down. We're gonna bring that front foot, pop the back knee, and take our little elbow crisscrosses here. So with the knee hovered in the center, we're gonna try to go to the outside of the arms. Left, right, left, right. Little squeeze each time we bring the knee in towards the arm. One more each side. And then hover right in the center. And then bring the foot up. 3-legged dog, stretch it out. Release it down. Gaze comes forward as we bend the knees. Hopper step, forward fold. Big inhale, half back. And forward. Rolling on up. Finding our Tadasana with the arms overhead. Bringing it right down into heart center. We'll do a little bit of standing work. So let's go ahead and come into a nice wide-legged pose. So if it's better for you to turn sideways on your mat, go ahead and do that. Try to talk us through it as best I can so you don't have to see what I'm doing. Very good. Toes are gonna point straight forward. Okay? As we take a big inhale, arms are gonna come out to the side. So parallel to the floor. Then we're gonna make those goddess arms or goalpost arms. Fingertips towards the sky. As we inhale, we're gonna open the chest forward, pinching the shoulder blades behind us. And as we exhale, we're gonna press those elbows together as we start to bend forward, just like a fly, okay? Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Core nice and strong. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Okay, this time as we open, we're also gonna turn the toes out to a 45 and our goddess squat. Pinching the shoulder blades together. This time, exhale, fold it forward, staying in that nice squat. Inhale, exhale. Belly comes in and up. Open, fold. 3 more, maybe coming up onto the balls of the feet for a little added oomph. Exhale. Exhale, maybe squat just a little bit lower. Last one. Open and squat lower. Legs are shaking. Set the right foot down and the left. And forward fold. Straighten the legs out. Bend it forward. Nice little bend in the front knees just so we're not locking those kneecaps out. Now you can play here, so you can swing side to side. Maybe you want to come over to one leg, get a nice extra side body stretch. And switch over. Okay, slowly making our way back to center. We're gonna bend the knees just slightly so that we can roll on up. Awesome. Okay, setting up for a warrior 2 pose. So let's turn the right toes to point the front of the mat. Checking in, our heel should be right in line with the arch of our left foot. Take a big inhale, stretch those arms out. Exhale. warrior two. So check in with how your feet are. Make sure that back foot is totally sealed against the mat. So if the back edge is coming up, just step it in a little bit. So nice and strong here. Knee right over ankle. Big inhale, flip those palms. We're gonna exalt our warrior. Reaching up to the sky. The bottom arm can be nice and engaged at your side. Or maybe we loop it around, taking hold of the right thigh. As we inhale, we're gonna move right into an extended side angle. So I'll say let's hold that beach ball. You can always drop the bottom arm onto the thigh if you like, or just fire it up from the start. Big breath in as we exalt. And exhale, find our beach ball. Might be more arm work if we consider holding the soccer ball instead. So bring the arms a little bit closer together. One more. Inhale, open. And exhale, beach ball, soccer ball, maybe a golf ball. And we're gonna straighten that front leg. Bring the arms back out to warrior two arms. As we hinge forward, setting up for triangle. So hips are gonna shoot back to the back of the room, lifting the kneecap. Exhale, just like a piece of toast, right into the toaster. Bottom arm can hold onto the leg for support, or maybe here we're hovering too. One long straight line. Big breath. Exhale, come on up. Huge breath in here as we exhale, lift the right toes. Warrior two. Yeah. Very good. Cartwheel those hands down, framing the front foot. So rotate the toes forward. It's gonna take a little split stretch here. So the back knee is gonna come down as we walk our hands back, coming onto the heel of the right foot. So trying to keep the spine nice and straight. If you can sit all the way back down on the heel and that feels good, go for it. You need to walk it forward just to feel more of a stretch. Just play with it, whatever works. Breathing. Set the front foot down as we find that little low lunge posture. Curl the back toes. We're gonna bring it up into warrior two. So inhale, arms up, and warrior two. Awesome. Straightening the front leg. Rotating the front toes, or both sets of toes rather, out to that 45. As we exhale, goddess pose. Breathe in. As we're breathing here, since we're all ladies logged in today, saw a t-shirt online I really want to get, and it says, "The badass woman in me acknowledges the badass woman in you." So there you go. We're all badasses. Woo! Big breath. And exhale, straighten the legs. Arms parallel to the floor. Rotate the left toes. Pointing to the front of the mat. Warrior two. Yeah. There we go. As we inhale, exalting that warrior. Back nice and long. Exhale, extended side angle. Holding our beach ball. Maybe placing that hand down, your choice. Inhale, exalt. And exhale. Inhale up. And exhale. Nice and strong. Find your golf ball, glass of wine, whatever you're holding you don't want to drop. Inhale, arms come out parallel, lengthening that front leg. Triangle pose on this side, reaching forward. Moving as far as we can before we start to drop it down. Nutella toast this time, how about? Maybe cinnamon sugar, whatever works. We talk about food in my classes a lot, I'm sorry. Breathe. Using your core to pull yourself right back up. Cover that bottom hand. Bring it up. Lifting the bottom toes. Warrior two. Cartwheel those hands down. Very good. Set the back knee. You're gonna take that split stretch this time. So to start to straighten the leg. Maybe bending a little bit forward there, or walking it back. Your choice. Go ahead and walk it back forward. Curl the back toes. We're gonna try to take one big movement up to warrior two. One breath. Exhale, straighten the legs. Goddess pose. Right back into it. Checking in with your tailbone, making sure it's pointed right towards the ground. Nice strong core here. You're gonna place the hands on the top of the legs. Do that thing that guys do at the gym, right? Where they're trying to show off the arms. So turn the fingertips in towards the, yeah, you guys knew exactly where we were going. You've seen this. Drop the right shoulder down. It's that sup pose, right? Pressing into the right hand to open the chest towards the sky. Back to center, exhale, left shoulder sinks. And we might be pressing into those legs just a little bit. Open the inner thighs up a little bit more. Following your own breath. One more each side. And after the left one, or the last one, maybe on the left side, just drop it forward. So let the heart sink towards the ground here. Little spider pose. Inhale, lengthen the legs, and fold it forward. Shake the head out, yes and no. Light bend in the knees. Wiggle a little bit. And we're gonna place our hands on the mat, shoulder distance apart, start to heel toe those feet in. All right, so all this hip opening, we're gonna move into an eagle's pose. So as we inhale, we just start to roll it on up. I'm gonna move my camera a little bit so we can see each other a little more. Maybe. Okay. All right, so with our eagle pose, if you're working on carpet and a mat, you might wanna step off of it just to help with balance a little bit. So usually a harder surface helps with these balance poses, but we're gonna start building our Tadasana first. So ankles are hip width distance apart. So as ladies, sometimes we stand like super wide. Bring them in, give yourself more credit. Spread your toes out like froggy toes. Spreading them nice and wide on the mat. Sarah, I'm gonna call you out. Step your legs in a little bit.
Okay.
Nope, together.
Oh, okay.
There you go, girl. All right, let's start to shift the weight into that left leg. So rooting out of that foot as we rise up. So it's that union of opposites. Muscles pulling into the bone. And we're just gonna lighten the touch of the right leg. So making sure we're not jumping into that hip. Nice long straight line. Okay, so with our eagle pose here, we're gonna cross the right leg over the left. So let's go ahead and put a little bend in that left knee. Now, stopping point one, our toes can stay resting right on the mat. Or we can cross our legs like we're doing that gotta go to the bathroom dance. Or maybe we can hook those toes back behind the leg. As long as we're trying to keep the hips to the front of the room without putting any tension into the kneecap, our pose. Okay, arms come out nice and straight. Left arm is gonna go underneath the right. Bending at the elbows. Maybe the back of the hands touch, or maybe our palms are touching. Okay. As we inhale, we're gonna lift the fingertips towards the sky. And exhale, start to bend at the waist. Bend the knees. So I say at the waist, if you want to nest your eagle, you'll start to bring those elbows in towards the knees. Slowly breathing. Keeping your gaze forward on the floor. Inhale, using that core to come up. And big breath in as we stand nice and tall. And exhale, release it out to the side. Very good, shake it out, set it down. Shake the legs a little bit. Okay, resetting that base. So feet are hip width distance apart. Toes spread nice and wide. Start to root and rise out of that right leg. As we let the left just kind of hang free. Come up off the mat. Remembering both sides are super different. So we might only get a little cross this time, or we might get a bigger cross. Very good, finding our eagle legs, then the arms come out parallel to the floor. Right arm underneath left this time. Bending, finding the backs of our hands and maybe the palms. Inhale as we lengthen. And exhale, start to fold it down. So if you nested your eagle on the other side, go ahead and try that on this side. Inhaling back up. As we get nice and tall, we fly it out. And set the legs down. So I don't know about you guys, but I feel that a lot right in the arch of my feet, or where the arch should be in a foot. So if you're really feeling it there, just go ahead and kind of roll the toes a little bit, roll the ankles, maybe even step back just to get a little stretch on the arches. So we use a lot of very small muscles in our yoga class. So it might be too that you're feeling it on the outside of the shins. So if that's the case, we're just gonna make little fists and whack. Pound it out a little bit, maybe the back of the thighs too. Very good. Okay. Let's go and come back up to standing. We're gonna take a big breath in. And exhale, open that chest forward, nice back bend. Pretending like we're letting all the sun come in. Hit our face, warm us up. Arms come up overhead. We're gonna put the palms together, start rubbing them like we did to start the class. And then dive forward like we're diving into a pool. Coming on down. Shake the head yes and no. Plant the palms. We're gonna walk ourselves into plank. So chances are we're not at the front of our mat. So let's plant the palms at the front of the mat. Walk the feet back. This is gonna be our last flow for the class. So full chaturanga, or maybe just bringing the hips back, downward dog, whatever you like. Okay, so little play here. As we inhale, bring the gaze forward. Remembering the right leg up. Exhale, bring it forward into a nice pigeon pose. Say nice, right? So that knee is gonna come towards the right wrist. Trying to touch the right toes onto the left wrist a little bit. And then as we exhale, we're just gonna start to shimmy that back foot down. So I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing, but we're shimmying that back foot. Just trying to find ourselves nice and centered over the hips. So if we're falling out to one side, just back up a little bit. Bring that bottom leg forward. okay? Right foot is totally flexed to support our knee. So this might be the pigeon pose that we stay in. Pressing into those palms, or we might come onto the elbows, or walk it all the way down, forehead towards the floor. It's your choice here. This is a very big pose. This is one to breathe through, directing your breath into those areas of tension or areas of attention if they're screaming to you. And try to soften. So this is where we're trying to get out of the brain. For as long as we're not causing any pain, we could try to soften into this pose a little bit more. One more nice big breath. And on that exhale, we're gonna start to walk ourselves back up to nice straight arms. We're gonna curl the back toes to help support the knee. And we can either walk this right foot back and around, or you wanna hang out in that hoverboard motion here. This time we're gonna try to tap the wrists instead of the elbows. So wrist, wrist. Working our way higher up the arm. We reach those elbows, maybe a little bit above them. And then we're coming back. Three-legged dog. Open the hip up if you like. Square the hips up as we step the right foot down. Left leg comes up. And exhale, bring it forward, finding our pigeon on this side. Trying to bring that foot as parallel to the front of our mat, or the shin as parallel to the front of the mat as we can, knowing it's not going to be perfect. Walking that right foot back and settling into our pigeon. So for keeping the arms nice and straight, roll the shoulders back. Making sure we're not falling out on either side. And then maybe finding elbows here. Or maybe all the way down, forehead towards the floor. Remembering what we did on one side, we might not be able to do on this side. Noticing your breath. Noticing the areas that are talking to you. One more inhale. And slowly walk ourselves out of this. So lifting back onto the arms. Curling the back toes. Either going right back into your three-legged dog, or hovering the elbow, or the knee rather. And then tapping, starting at the wrists. We'll do a few at the wrists, and then start to lift the leg. Coming up to the elbows, maybe just past. And three-legged dog. Open the hip, stretch it out. And square those hips back up. Gently set the foot down, finding your downward facing dog. And we're gonna bring ourselves into a seated position. So let's go ahead and walk the hands back towards the feet, finding a forward fold. And then our ever favorite little squat position here, our yogi squat. Let's turn the toes out about 45-ish degree angle. And as we start to bend the knees, oh, we're gonna find our yogi squat. You can grunt on your way down, it's okay. Using those knees or elbows to press into the knees. Breathing. Few little breaths here. Out through the mouth if you like. And then we're gonna rock back. Finding those sits bones, stretching the legs out in our Dandasana. Sarah, I appreciate it, thank you. Very good. Nice and tall. Big breath, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, reaching towards those toes. So if you can take hold of them, go ahead and hold on to those feet. Maybe hold on to the shins. As we inhale, nice straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. We're starting to slow down now. Slowing our practice. We inhale, rocking ourselves back up to seated. So we're gonna move into a Baddha Konasana, which is basically our soles of the feet are touching. So cobbler's pose, if you've heard that, or butterfly wings. So two options, more than two, but two main options with this. So if you want to target more of the glutes here and the outer hips, you're gonna press those feet away from your body. If you'd like to get more into the lower back, pull them in nice and tight. So this is also gonna get the inner hips too, but you're getting a bigger stretch through the lower back. We might hang out right in the center. So you take a big inhale, lengthening, and exhale, folding over those legs. If you'd like to deepen your pose a little bit more, you can slide your arms underneath those legs, palms face up, and just use that again as a little bit of leverage to pull yourself a little bit deeper into the pose. So we inhale, we start to unwind ourselves from that, sitting up nice and tall. Go and hug those feet in a little bit, as far as is comfortable, and we'll just flap our wings. Okay, stretching the left leg out nice and long, keeping the right one right where it is. We're gonna take those right toes and tuck them underneath the left thigh. Big inhale as we lift the arms up and long, and exhale over the left leg. Coming back up. Switch the feet by coming back into Baddha Konasana just to reset. Little stretch forward. And then the right leg goes out nice and long as the left toes tuck underneath. Big inhale up and fold it forward. Big inhale, come up. Baddha Konasana, just to wrap it up, big stretch forward. And then as we inhale up, we're just gonna find a quick boat pose. So inhaling up, arms come up overhead. Boat pose, maybe bring the legs out straight or keeping them bent. Just a few breaths here. Feet flexed back towards you. And then start to lower ourselves onto the mat. Nice and long. I'll talk us through the rest of the way so you don't have to worry about checking out your screen. Go ahead and hug the right knee in towards the body. Big squeeze, flexing the foot. As we exhale, we're going to draw the right leg over to the left side of the body. So the right arm can tee the body. And we take the gaze out over that shoulder. You're welcome to keep the left hand on that right knee, just helping it along a little bit. Or maybe that arm comes out nice and long too. If our quads still need a little bit more stretch here, we'll bend that left knee behind us and then use the right hand to try to hold on to that foot. Release the bottom foot. And then slowly bring both knees to center, hugging them in. This time we're going to straighten the right foot out, reaching it towards the sky to start with. And then mindfully setting it down, so like we're pressing it through a really, really thick pudding or jello or something. And then the right hand allows the left leg to come across the body. Taking your stretch variation here. Left hand reaches out nice and long. Maybe we bend that bottom leg. Releasing the bottom leg. Hugging both knees back to center. We'll go ahead and rock a little bit on that lower back, maybe drawing some circles on the ceiling with your knees. Making sure we reverse directions, go both ways. And go ahead and take whatever pose you feel like you need to finish out your practice. So it could be happy baby, could be a little bridge pose, shoulder stand, whatever you got. Or if you just want to work into your shavasana, we're stretched out nice and long. As we start to make our way down, go ahead and invite you to stop thinking about the laundry that you have to do. Maybe stop thinking about the bandanas that you have to wash or anything that you have to do outside of the class. I invite you to think about the sunshine, to think about your happy place, your warm weather, the people that you love, whatever brings you joy. Better yet, think about something about yourself that brings you joy. Beginning to let go of our breath. Letting go of that thought. The toes to roll out to the sides.
Dash.
The belly begin to soften. And the shoulders relax away from the ears. Our tongue falls away from the backs of our teeth. Allow the eyes to soften towards the ceiling or to close altogether. Bring the gaze back to the third eye space, right in between the eyebrows. Acknowledging thoughts as they come and then just letting them pass by. Inhales. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Ready to take a big exhale. Bring the knees in towards the chest. One more big hug to yourself. Maybe even curling the chin up towards the heart. Big full squeeze. You can start to rock back and forth on that spine, making your way back up to seated. Take your time to get there. Big inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands coming right into heart center. Pressing the thumbs against the sternum, feeling the heartbeat below. And we'll say thank you to all of you, the healthcare workers, the moms, the teachers. Thank you to you guys for logging in, for taking care of yourself so that you can better take care of everyone around you. Everything you're doing right now, everything we are all doing right now is to help each other out, which wouldn't it be wonderful if that's how every day was. So thank you all very much. I hope that you have a wonderful week. Have some good sunshine and hopefully see you soon. Take care. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Natalie.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait.